All right, let's talk delivery cooler bags. After all, you've put so much work into getting your clients, you've put an immense amount of work into designing your menu and sourcing the right products and cooking delicious meals. We want to make sure that they stay cool and safe and make sure that your customers are going to be able to enjoy them at the best possible quality level. We're gonna need some good cooler bags, keeping it safe throughout the entire transport process so that when your customers get those meals, they are delicious as you intended. What's going on, eaters and feeders? My name is Casey, and on my channel, I discuss business tips and tricks, startup hacks, entrepreneur mindset, and so much more based on my experience starting and growing Florida's highest rated meal prep company. So if you're looking for more information on production, purchasing, software, sales, leadership, entrepreneurial mindset, meditation, philosophy, and everything in between, I invite you to subscribe and turn on those alert notifications so you don't miss out on anything. I produce videos weekly, I go live sporadically, and I don't want you missing out on any of it. You're also not going to want to miss out on the stuff in the show notes. I've got a bunch of links that will give you free resources and content and more tools that I just can't put into video. I've got free software that will run your entire business. Yes, free software. Ordering, purchasing, production, client management, marketing, email blast, text blast, phone system, all that jazz for free. So check that out. I've also got ebooks, boot camps, private group, one-on-one consulting in case you want to talk to me. Again, check out all that stuff in the links below, as well as MealPrepBiz101.com. Now that we've got that out of the way, let's jump into today's episode.
To our channel where we go behind the scenes for meal plan company Fit Food Fresh and other local businesses across South Florida. Make sure you hit the subscribe and alerts so you never miss a video, and hit us with any questions or suggestions.
We have been using the same cooler bags for years. I've been helping you guys source these cooler bags. It's been a bit of a manual process, and I've actually made it a little bit more automated, actually substantially more automated. In the past, if you've bought bags through me before, you're very well aware. You have to tell me how many bags you want, the colors and all that other jazz. I send back a quote, then we have to go back and forth with the artwork and all sorts of other stuff if you want to do the screen printing and making sure you got the right address and all that other stuff. It's a big headache. I've made it substantially easier, and I'll show you how. Actually, the links are going to be in the show notes, so you can check those out. But I want to show you guys who don't know, who aren't familiar with the bags that we're using. I'll show you what bags we're using. We're going to go right to the manufacturer's site, so you'll be able to see their price. I'm able to give you a bit of a discount. I'm not allowed to discuss it publicly because the discount is supposed to only be available to my private group of consulting clients, but I'll show you how to get that discount without even having to get in touch with me. You can reach out and get in touch with me if you want, but if you're doing this in the middle of the night and you're just like, I just want to order these bags, I'll show you how to do that and how to get the discount that I'm able to pass on to you guys. So let's talk about the bags first. We're gonna switch over to the manufacturer's website. This is bagmakersinc.com. You can go on, check these prices out for yourself. What I would suggest and what you're able to do might be two different things. I will tell you what I suggest and why, and you are able to do whatever you want. But let's start off with the OG. Now, this is the bag that we originally started with. The two bags we're going to be discussing are the Thermo Tote, which is the one we're looking at right now, and the Thermo Super Tote. Now, the Thermo Tote is the one that we started with. We actually still use both of them. The primary difference is their capacity. The dimensions are basically the same, but the big difference, if you look at this orange bag, this is the Thermo Tote, this is the Thermo Super Tote. Dimensions are exactly the same aside from the added material that you have on the top to produce that top flap. Now, the difference would be, if you imagine the Thermo Tote, when it zips close, goes from, if we're looking at it from the side, it zips closed like a triangle. So obviously at the top of that triangle, we can't fit as many containers, right? So what we average, and our containers are on the larger side because our portions are on the larger side. So you're probably going to be operating with some smaller containers. A lot of companies in the meal prep space use smaller portions, which means they get away with smaller containers, which means you'd be able to fit more containers in the bag. But our numbers, basically we put a max of 8 meal containers in the regular Thermo totes, and in the Thermo Super Totes, we're able to comfortably fit 10 meals in there, and that's with ice packs. So that's 8 meals with ice packs, 10 meals with ice packs. Honestly, you could squeeze in a little bit more, but those are the numbers that we try to stick to. But again, going back to the OG, we're here in South Florida. This bad boy, if it's iced correctly, if you're delivering overnight, we haven't had any issues going through the summers. As long as people aren't picking up their bags at like noon from their doorstep, we deliver overnight. Check out my other videos. I've got several videos that cover delivery in more detail, but we like delivering overnight for a myriad of different reasons. There's no traffic, it's cooler out, the food stays fresh longer, all that jazz. There are more expensive bags, there are thicker bags. Normally the thicker bags are more expensive bags, and we have paid more for other bags. We haven't had anything that's outperformed these bags to justify the added cost. We haven't seen that much of an increase in, we haven't had very many issues with temperature. As long as people are getting the food when they first wake up, it's normally not an issue. Like I said, if they're leaving the food out until noon in the Florida heat in the middle of a summer, yeah, the food isn't gonna, the ice packs aren't miracle workers. They're not gonna be able to keep the food cold. But we tell people ahead of time, you need to be picking this food up as soon as you wake up in the morning. We're gonna be delivering it in the wee hours of the morning, and the sooner you pick it up and put it in the fridge, the better for everybody. So they kind of know going into it not to leave it out there into the afternoon. But yeah, these bags have done great for us. Like I said, we've tried to get into other bags. We haven't been able to justify the cost. If you want to spend a ton of money and basically get the same result, but you like the bag because it looks cooler, great. We've got companies around here. There's one company in particular who has always used more expensive bags. They are a bigger company, and we have spoken with the CEO multiple times, and it's really just a branding thing for them. They think that they look better. But my idea and our approach is, by the time you're looking at our cooler bags, you're already a customer, and nobody's going to stick with that company because their bags are so nice. At that point, it's going to be the food and the service that keeps them, not the bags. Nobody has switched to us and gone, hey, we're going back to, not going to mention the company, because their bags were so much better. That doesn't happen. And as long as the bags are doing their job, they're delivering the food, they're sticking up with the, in and out of trunks and being piled and everything else, as long as they're durable enough to go through the process. And some of the more expensive bags we actually found weren't durable enough to go through these, through the delivery process. Didn't get as many iterations out of them, so they're more expensive and didn't last as long. These bags, like I said, we've been using them since 2014. They are the bag that we just can't justify replacing. Are you looking for an ordering system that will automate the menial but crucial tasks that help your meal prep grow and to help you capture more profit? Then head on over to MealPrepBiz101.com to learn more about the most advanced piece of software that this industry has ever seen. It can seamlessly integrate with your existing website or provide a turnkey e-commerce solution if you don't already have one. Automate everything from taking orders to marketing to customer service, and it's all under one roof. You can literally be live within a day and avoid all of the time, the headache, and the expense associated with other solutions. The best part is there's no monthly subscription and there's no annual fee. To learn more, head on over to MealPrepBiz101.com. In the last few years, they came out with the Thermo Super Tote. Like I said, it does add to the volume. You are able to pack more containers in there. The way that we use this, the average person, for us, we do 2 deliveries a week. The average person gets about 10 point something meals. So let's say it's 10 meals. That's normally lunch and dinner, Monday through Friday. Those are the difficult meals for you to get. I know Tom up in New York says that they're averaging 14 meals per week with their customers. So it all depends on your clientele, demographic, your area, whatever else. Ours is 10. So the way we would split it would be 6 meals on Monday and 4 meals on Thursday. So for that type of person, the average person, they would be getting just one of these bags, because like I said, this one will max out at 8, no problem with the ice packs. So we'd throw 6 on Monday and then 4 on Thursday, no problem. Now, if it's someone who's ordering maybe like husband and wife, now we're going to double those. So now we've got 12 going out on Monday, or 12 being delivered on Monday and 8 being delivered on Thursday, that's when we would probably do either combination of a Thermo tote plus a super tote, or we'll just do, 2 Thermo totes. It all depends on, if they've got snacks and all these other things. But for the most part, we've been doing pretty well with the combination of both. As I mentioned, a lot of you guys probably using smaller containers, doing smaller portions than us, and you would have no problem just doing the Thermo totes. Worst case scenario, if you just wanted to invest in the Thermo totes, you would just be maybe using 2 bags. And I always try to split it up so it's even. So like, let's say that we had some weird number, like let's say we had 14 meals going out. I wouldn't put 10 meals in a super tote and pack it to the max and then only put the other 4 in here. I would do like a 7 and 7 split or an 8 and 6 split, something like that, just because it doesn't make sense to pack one to the max and then have one with like a loose parfait bouncing around in there, right? You want to have everything that's packed in there, minimize the movement. Movement creates messes and mistakes and allows maybe the lips to catch on each other, pop a lid off or something like that. If you're using some of those containers that have the flimsier lids that pop off easier, another headache that we'll save for another video on containers. But yeah, these are the bags that we use. I know the meal prep business can be a beast, especially when you're trying to navigate it alone. That's why I've created the Meal Prep Mafia, a private group dedicated to other meal prep entrepreneurs who want to learn, share, and grow together. We've got entrepreneurs from a myriad of different backgrounds with a ton of experience and perspectives that you're able to tap into and learn from. I'm sure you've got questions of your own, but sometimes the most valuable question is the one you haven't even thought of yet. Sign up for the monthly membership and access this brain trust of fellow preppreneurs and see that we can cover more ground faster together. I guarantee it's going to be the best investment that you've made in yourself and your business so far. Sign up at MealPrepBiz101.com and I will see you in the Mafia. Now, as you can see, let's go back to the Thermo totes. The minimum order is 150 bags. It is going to be a bit of an investment, but I think a lot of new companies don't anticipate how many bags they're going to need. They're going to think, okay, well, if I have 50 customers, I only need 50 bags. Wrong. You need at least 100 bags. Why? Because let's say you only deliver once a week. I'm going to give you a bag full of your food for delivery times 50 clients. So 50 bags just went out. Okay. Now the next time I'll be able to pick up that bag is when I'm making my next delivery. Unless I'm doing an inefficient bag collection route, which you don't want to do. The idea is every delivery you take an empty bag and you give a full bag of food and you keep switching them back and forth. You get your empty bag just full of ice packs, so not completely empty, but you get your bag and ice packs back while you're dropping off the other bag of food. So right there shows you that beginning of the week I give you a bag, next time I come up I need a bag with me full of your new food and I need to get that bag back. So right there, even in a perfect scenario, you need at least 2 bags for every customer that you have. Now in reality, people aren't perfect. People are going to forget to put a bag out, which means now you're down a bag. You might be able to get it next time you come pick up, but now you are in a deficit of 1 bag for every one of those customers who does that. Now, the better you're able to train people in the beginning, the less that's going to happen. But even my close personal friends, in fact, our friends for some reason have trended to be some of the worst customers at returning bags for some reason. I have no idea why. I have one of my friends, Mark. If you're watching, Mark, you know who you are. Mark had like 24 bags. I think that was the record. Before that, it was one of the friends of my business partner, his friend Mike, and Mike had 20 bags that he actually was throwing out. These things have zippers on them. I don't know too many things that have zippers on them that you would throw out, but this dude was throwing out bags, and then after like weeks and weeks and weeks, the delivery guys were like, hey, your friend's got a bunch of our bags. We haven't been able to get them back. My business partner reached out to him, and he's like, oh, I was supposed to be returning those? I've been throwing them away. Oh, man. At least my buddy Mark was just putting them in a closet, and he was also living with another one of my friends at the time. They were roommates, and my other friend, they're both on the program. My other friend was diligent about putting his back. Jeremy, thumbs up to you. Jeremy was putting his bags out, no problem. Mark had a closet just off of their foyer, and it was full of bags. So when we went to collect them, I asked my delivery manager how many we got back from him. It was 24 bags. If you're looking for answers to questions or problems that I don't cover in any of my videos or content, then you may want to consider booking a one-on-one consultation with me. We'll do a deep dive into your situation and obstacles to find you solutions and remedies to get you where you want to be faster and easier. After growing Fit Food Fresh to Florida's highest rated meal prep company from nothing, I can assure you that I've made most of the mistakes and dodged most of the bullets, and I can give you a perspective that will help you see around corners and solve issues that you don't even see coming. We'll book an hour at a time as needed, and I record every session and give you a copy so you don't have to worry about taking notes, just focusing on the problems and the solutions we're discussing. To book your first hour, head on over to MealPrepBiz101.com. I'm excited to learn more about you and your service, and I look forward to helping you grow as a business, as an entrepreneur, and as an individual. Yeah, you'll need more than just one bag per customer. So let's say at least 3 bags per customer that you plan on catering to. So as you grow, you're obviously going to need to invest in more and more bags. And these bags, while they are very durable, they don't last forever. People don't treat them exceptionally well all the time. We have some members who are amazing with the way they treat their bags. We have other people who have, pit bulls who love to chew on the bags. Obviously, those bags need to be taken out of circulation. Sometimes maybe somebody, threw some food in there, the container spilled and they didn't clean it up, and then to exacerbate the situation, they also didn't return the bag right away. It was in their trunk for a while and they forgot about it for whatever reason. So the food got all nasty, and you basically got to take that bag out of commission when you get something super disgusting. Now, we do have a process where when the bags come back, we have a gentleman who washes all of the bags. He inspects them to make sure that the zippers are still good, that the handles and everything else is fine. And once they've been beaten up a bit too much, we take them out of commission. So you will need to buy bags every so often. It's hard to really predict based on, it's going to come down to based on, how well your customers take care of the bags, how well your employees take care of the bags, and how fast you're growing. But as I said, you're going to start off with a minimum of 150 bags. There's a selection of different colors that they come in. I would suggest, to keep things as affordable as possible, I would do the screen printing with one color and do it on one side, and then you can pick the color for your screen printing, and most of you will have 2 base colors for your brand. I would pick one of the base colors. Now, the lighter colors are obviously going to show dirt a bit faster, so if you have 2 light colors, you gotta flip a coin as to which one you want to be on the bag. Like this green one right here, we know a juice company locally, and we source these bags for them. They do get a bit dirty. They have them in a smaller size, but it's the same color green. They do get a bit dirty faster. We use the dark blue, even though our brand color is normally a lighter blue. We get away with the darker, the navy blue. We've also done the hunter green, which is all right, but we kind of did those in a pinch when they were all out of the blue. And our original color was actually the black. We started off with the black. It doesn't have to be on brand. Like if your colors are like yellow and pink, I would say it's okay to have a different color bag. It doesn't have to be on brand with your brand color. Don't feel that pressure. Like I said, by the time your customers are looking at these bags, they've already made the decision to purchase your food, and now all you have to do is worry about the food keeping them, and the food and the service keeping them. No one's ever going to say, well, I was in love with everything, love the service, love the food, but I noticed that your brand colors are yellow and pink and your bag is black, so I just couldn't deal with the branding inconsistency. And also, like I said, one color, one side, it keeps it a lot more economical. You could do the screen printing on one side, you can do multiple colors, but at the end of the day, nobody's going to be convinced more to use your service or to stay with your service by you putting extra money into the screen printing or putting it on another side. Now, a quick pro tip, and I think I cover this in at least 1 or 2 of the delivery videos, but you want to think when you are placing the bag, and this is something that you should be training your delivery drivers if you're not doing the deliveries. When you are placing the bag down, let's say I'm delivering in an apartment building and we've got a hallway. That hallway is going to have people walking up and down that hallway regularly. If that bag is out there, that's a potential of that bag being a little billboard. You only need the branding on one side if you make sure to train your delivery drivers to make sure the brand is facing outward so that the people walking up and down the hallway are able to see, oh, 213 uses Fit Food Fresh. Okay, maybe I'll give Fit Food Fresh a try. I also suggest, along with your logo and your name, in the screen printing artwork, it'd be great if you had your website and a contact phone number, or any of your, maybe however you want to be contacted. If you want to put your Instagram on there, maybe that, but I would definitely say website, maybe an email, something easy to remember like start@fitfoodfresh.com or something like that, something very easy, and just make it as easy as possible for somebody, a neighbor walking by, to make that decision and follow through with it. You don't want them just seeing your name and a logo and then having to go on Google and was it Fit Food Fresh? Was it Fresh Fit Foods? Food Fresh Fits? And there are some competitors locally who have very similar names. You could easily make the mistake and go to Google trying to find us and end up with somebody else, and that would be on us. So our bags have the logo, they have the name, they have the website, and I believe the phone number. We've changed it a bit, but it at least has the website. Some of them have the phone number, some of them don't, and that's what I would say would be at a bare minimum. If you want to get some extra points, throw a nice, easy to remember contact number or contact email, and then your number for your main sales floor. But that's basically it. Now the determination would be how many you need and what colors, and then the links below will take you to the bags so that you'd be able to purchase which size you want. Now the screen printing is included. The only thing that you would have to pay for in addition to the bags is going to be the setup fee. For the first run of getting it all set up, it'll be $50. For additional runs, once we have the screen, the artwork done, unless you need to change the setup, it'll be $30. If you need to change the setup and you want to add the phone number or something later on, or you want to change the logo, not the color, just the artwork itself, then it would be another $50 to change anything in it. Now if you order it through bag makers, you will have to pay for the shipping, and the shipping can get pretty expensive. These bags are big. You're basically going to be getting these bags in increments of 50. Like I said, it's a minimum of 150, and then you have to order it because they come in boxes of 50. So it'll be, if you're getting 150, it's going to be 3 boxes of 50 bags each, and the freight ends up costing a bit much. What I'm able to do, and don't tell bag makers, but what I'm basically doing is my discount kind of worked out to being about the same as the shipping, depending upon where you are. There are some places that are a lot more expensive, and this is really just something I can extend to the lower 48. If you're outside of the States, or if you're in Hawaii or Alaska, let's talk one-on-one so I can quote out the freight shipping to you, because it's obviously going to be substantially more than someone in New York or Florida, Texas, or wherever else. But just to give you an idea, let's do a freight estimator. Let's say we're getting 150 bags, and let's say we're getting it delivered to our location here in Florida, and it gives you the weight. Each box is about 25 pounds. If you have your own shipping method, we can try looking it up on your account, do a comparison. 3 boxes or however many boxes you're getting, 25 pounds per box. But as you can see, UPS ground, which would be the cheapest way to get it, it'd be $157.98. So let's call it $160 in freight. I've seen places that are more. They don't get much lower than that, and you basically want to figure about at least $1 and change per bag, and that's kind of how it works. So as you can see, let's do another quote. Let's say I got 300 bags, and same delivery. Yeah, so it's still like $1 and change per bag, because it comes down to weight and volume, and as that expands, you really don't get a huge discount on the freight just because you're ordering more. Now, however, the price does drop per bag. As you can see, what's nice here is it tells you the per bag cost. So basically what I'm able to pass on to you is you'd be paying the same amount per bag, and you'd be skipping the freight cost. Now, if the cost of freight jumps up or if there's a big change, I'll reach out to you and let you know. But that's a significant discount, as far as the price goes. So right there on 150, I'd be saving you over $150 by you ordering through me. And the same goes for the Thermo Super Totes. I think the weight is about the same. Okay, so it's 29 points. So it's a little bit, 29 pounds rather. So it's a little bit more. And as you can see, the setup fee, I'm just passing right on to you. You've got it right here under the additional charges. So $150 setup fee. So a single, I shouldn't say 150 because it sounds like 150, but a single $50 setup fee per design. Then when you order next time, it'll go down to 30. Everything else is already included, so you could ignore unless you wanted to add another location. Adding another location, meaning screen printing on both sides, would be another 45 cents per bag. Like I said, I don't think it's necessary. You're more than welcome to do it. They have other color options and different screen printing options, but I would go for the basic one color, simple image, one side screen printing. And like I said, that's already included in your cost here. Now, as you can see, the Thermo Super Totes are a little bit more expensive. It's going to be another 55 cents per bag for the 150s, and same thing for 250s. It probably looks like it stays pretty standard. So another 55 cents per bag for the Super Totes, plus the shipping is going to be a little bit more. So I don't have a dog in the fight, whichever bag you want to get, but I would recommend starting with the Thermo Totes, see how they work for you, at least for your first round. And then after that, if we wanted to switch to the Thermo Super Totes, you can do that. Another benefit of the Thermo Super Totes is when the bags are packed to the max, what's nice about this flat top is they stack a bit better. Like I said before, the other ones end up being kind of like a triangular point. It'll still kind of flatten out because your meals at the end of the day will be stacking flat, as long as they're somewhat even and flat in the bag. So even though there's that little bit of material that's going to be kind of doing a little TP, as you lay something on it, it will kind of flatten. But the Thermo Super Totes already have that kind of flat form built in. Not that it holds the form, but assuming that you're packing the bags to the max, this would be a better bag to have on the bottom of the stack, and then you put a smaller or lighter bag on top of it, just so it's not crushing all the meals. The average car fits about 24 bags plus or minus, so that's about 24 deliveries. And again, I cover that in more detail in the delivery episodes, so check that stuff out. But if you're interested in getting in on ordering some of these bags, let me know. If you have some other bags that you've been using for a substantial period of time and you feel like they're very durable, I want to deal with people. I want to talk to you if you're specifically doing deliveries. If you're just doing pickup bags don't get anywhere near the wear and tear. And honestly, if you're doing pickup, you don't have to use these bags for your pickup customers. I've got other bags that I could recommend for that. But these bags, as far as delivery, I haven't found anything that works better. We've tried a bunch of different types of bags. We've tried more expensive bags that last about as long. They're a little bit thicker, but like I said, we haven't had much issue with any of the bags getting too hot because we deliver overnight. But if you are working with a bag that you think is phenomenal, you think the price is comparable, or maybe it's more expensive but they last longer, you get some other benefit, let me know. I'd love to check them out, maybe test them. But so far, like I said, we've been doing this since 2014. These suckers haven't been beat. I think they're definitely worth it. We've tried sourcing them from China before. They looked just like this, but the stitching was garbage. They were falling apart. I was trying to, save some money because you could definitely get stuff cheaper from China, but unfortunately it took months to get here, number one, because it has to come over on a ship. These bags are already here in the States, and the quality was absolute garbage. Bag Makers has been around since like the 80s. Like I said, these bags are phenomenal. We've been using them for years, so I know they are good. Another thing I wanted to mention as far as the screen printing could add up to 7 days just for the process of them taking it to the screen printer. It's going to have to wait in line with all the other jobs and then going out to you. So the turnaround time on the order could be extended as much as 7 days. I've never seen it extended more than that by screen printing, but I say that in case you are in a rush. There's been times where we went through more bags than we thought, or whoever was supposed to be inventorying the bags wasn't taking good inventory on them, and we ended up needing to rush the delivery. It's a horrible position to be in because freight gets much more expensive, and one of the things you're gonna have to skip is the screen printing. It's not the end of the world. You'll have some blank bags. Maybe you could screen print them locally if you have a relationship with, you know, a t-shirt company or something. But I want you to keep that in mind. The screen printing will add 7 days, up to 7 days in your turnaround time to get the bag. So if you're in a pinch, you need them in a rush, you might want to skip screen printing on that order and just catch up and screen print the next order, making sure that you order in advance before you need the bag, so you don't have to, you know, compromise on the screen printing aesthetics in order to save yourself some time and get those bags faster. Because without these bags, deliveries going out, it's a very interesting predicament to be in. And I can go over some other delivery bag shortage issues in other videos, but this was just about the bags. Again, the links are in the show notes below. Make sure you're subscribed, you got the alerts on, and check out, you know, MealPrepBiz101.com. Now, one thing I should say is the links to the bags, it's going to a different site. I basically used my fiance's Shopify site, and you can only access these pages through those links. I didn't want it to be publicly facing. I didn't want to get in trouble with bag makers because, like I said, I'm basically giving you a significant discount. It looks like I'm just giving you free shipping, but really I just set it up so that the shipping is free. It's absorbed by the price because, like I said, my discount versus the freight costs are about the same, but it is a significant discount on the bag. So keep it hush hush. You can only get to those pages through those links. So meaning if you go somewhere else on her site, go ahead and do it, but you won't be able to get back to the bags. You won't be able to find these in her normal inventory because those pages are kind of private. They're kind of hidden in her store, again, so the public can't see it. So if you do venture off and you want to make your way back, you are going to have to use that link again, or the back button if you want to do that. But yeah, go ahead and check out my fiance's stuff. She's got plenty of very interesting handbags. She's a very creative chick with a great eye for fashion. Her bags get a lot of compliments, definitely more compliments than these. That's another thing I'll tell you is, quick little anecdote. I have seen people out at the beach. I've seen them walking around Whole Foods with our bags, and I'll go up to them. I'll be like, "Hey, I'm one of the owners of Fit Food Fresh. It's a nice bag you got." And they're just like, "Oh." I'm like, "Okay, just make sure you're not hoarding." I'm like, "No, I just keep one because I love it and I take it shopping and everything. I use it as a reusable bag." So that's another reason that you will need, you know, sometimes people aren't forgetting to put them out. They're just deciding to keep the bags. And it's like, I know the bags are super cool. I mean, they're super fashionable and look amazing, but we need them back. I promise you'll get another one on your next delivery. So in between deliveries, do whatever you want with the bags. Just take care of them. Make sure that we get them back so that we don't run out of bags prematurely. But aside from that, thank you guys for watching. Again, subscribe, alerts, check out the links in the notes below. Go to MealPrepBiz101.com. Hit me in the comments. Let me know what bags you're using, what other questions you have, what other materials you're having problems sourcing maybe. I've been trying to work deals with containers, and ice packs are just too heavy. Buy ice packs locally. I can't find anybody who can distribute them nationally to you guys at an affordable rate. They all want to do it, but the freight gets so expensive. Just find ice packs locally. But anything else, I'd be happy to try to help you source. And other than that, thanks for tuning in. Have an amazing week. I look forward to helping you grow as a business, as an entrepreneur, and as an individual.